Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm excited to start working in my Me, Myself, and I project for 2022. And as I shared before, I think last week, I have a video talking all about this project, and I will link it up at the eye for you. But I mentioned that I'm going to be working a 4x4 and keeping it kind of simple or as simple as possible. I'm going to start with prompt number 1, which is me. And I already journaled, but I journaled on some transparency because what I'm going to do throughout this album is use a 4x4 piece of paper. I haven't decided if I'm just sticking to white or not. I'm going to be stamping the prompt at the top, then sticking down that transparency journaling underneath my journaling, or not my journaling, underneath my title, sorry, and then adding a few embellishments here and there. I'm also sticking to the same alpha stamp. This is from the Paper Person shop. I love this alpha. I think it fits really well with my project. So I ended up stamping me, and then I grabbed one of my Everyday Explorers stamp set to stamp today. I'm just going to add a few little hearts here and there, and then I'm going to grab that transparency journaling and stick that right underneath my title. I decided to do it this way because I can type out all my journaling ahead of time and then just stick it on my card. But if I ended up journaling while I'm recording, it would take up so much time, and I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to rush myself when I'm journaling, so I ended up deciding to do it this way. I think it's just easier for me. Now, once I stick this down, I decide that I want to spice it up a little bit, maybe add a tag, a little envelope or something. And I have these envelopes that I thought would be fun to hold my number, so my prompt number, a little bit of embellishing, and I'll end up adding 3x4 photos or smaller sized photos in there. I thought it would be fun to kind of add extra photos for my first prompt because I'm talking about me being a mother, a daughter, a wife, a sister, a friend. And I wanted to add photos from those moments. So maybe photos of me and my kids, photos of me and my husband, my parents, my siblings, things like that. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. So I thought this envelope would be perfect for that. I used one of my large acetate numbers from Studio Calico to represent the prompt number. And then I felt like the envelope needed a little bit of spicing up. So I decided to add some embellishing to it. I actually found that little black camera to add to my journaling. And now I'm just adding some circles to my number. I'm going to end up sticking those down on the envelope, and I will end up changing my mind with that camera. It actually looks really cute, but I don't know. I felt like I needed something longer. So I end up going through my chipboard sheets, and I found this little circle, and I thought, oh, maybe I should just add it to the camera and I'll like it more, but I don't. So I end up going through my have to bowl. This is the bowl where I have all the loose chipboards that I want to use and, end up having just a few on one sheet. So I just dump them in this. So I actually found a few like labels, chipboard labels, I think banners, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to end up using one of those, and I will stick another chipboard over it that says where I belong. And I felt like that went well better than the camera. I just really needed something longer to fill out that space on the bottom. I wish I brought down my journaling a little bit more, but oh well. I always do this when I start a project. I'm still trying to get a feel of it and trying to see what I like and don't like. So sometimes my first spreads aren't my favorite, but I kind of learn as I go. Anyway, so prompt number 1 is done. So quick, so easy. This is why I love the size. I'm going to move on to prompt number 2, which is your favorite food. And I have a lot of favorite foods, you guys, a lot of them. So I ended up doing a collage. I did this last year as well because I couldn't make up my mind. But this year, my collage is slightly different. Maybe some of them came back and showed up this year as well. But I am documenting sushi, chocolate chip cookies, especially my daughter's chocolate chip cookies, ice cream, coffee ice cream for sure, and pizza. So I did a little bit of journaling. I did it more of a 1, 2, 3. I thought it would be fun. And I'm going to use craft paper this time around. So I had bought this notebook from Archer and Olive, and some of the craft paper in that notebook was all wonky. So I thought this is a good place to use that paper because I can't use it in my Archer and Olive because the perforated line was not straight and it went through my page. So I thought this was the perfect place to use them. Anyways, I trimmed it down to a 4x4 and I'm going to be using this stamp set. I think one of them is from Everyday Explorers and the other is from Feed Your Craft. And I'm gonna use the stamp set to stamp open at the top. I'll stamp food underneath it for my title. And then underneath the journaling, I'm gonna use the stamp set from Feed Your Craft with all the little food icons. And I'm gonna stamp sushi, cookies, ice cream, and pizza. And I love how this turned out. Even though it was so simple and so basic, I literally just stamped, added my journaling, and it turned out to be such a cute little spread. Oh, I'm so happy I decided to go with a 4x4 this year because these are coming together so quickly. So anyways, once I stamp out my food icons underneath my journaling, I'm gonna grab my alpha stickers and add 1, 2, 3 to my photos. Now, I kind of struggled a little bit where I wanted to add my numbers because I wanted to add my number 2 that represents prompt number 2 in the center of my collage. And I couldn't figure out, I don't know, my brain just wasn't working. I couldn't figure out where to add the numbers, if that makes sense. But anyways, I do figure it out later. And I'm going to end up using my Studio Calico stamp set that I used last year for my project, for my Me, Myself, and I project. It had numbers and it said random facts about me. So I really like that stamp set for that. It's all about talking about yourself. So I'm going to end up stamping it with the circle, putting number 2, using my circle punch to punch it out, and adding it right in the center of my collage. And then I believe I call day 1 and 2 done. Came together so quickly. I can't wait to share with you the rest of my spreads in this album. I think I'm going to probably start working on more than 2 days at a time just because these spreads are smaller and they're coming together so quickly. So hopefully next week or in a few days, I'll get to share with you day 3 through, I don't know, 6, hopefully. I'm just going to try to combine as many days as possible. But that's about it, you guys. Don't forget, if you are working on this project with me in 2022, use the hashtag Me, Myself, and I 2022 or the hashtag Me, Myself, and I on Instagram. I would love to see what you are doing and what you are creating in your Me, Myself, and I project. And don't forget, I will be linking everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.